Welcome back to another X-PLORE video. In this video, we are taking you back almost a year ago when we bought this VW Caddy Maxi van and we completely transformed it into a cool, custom, unique micro camper. So we thought that we'd share with you the journey that we went on and show you how it turned out. So let's go. So let's get straight into showing you around this new van that we bought. So we got this van from Cambridge in the UK, secondhand, and it was actually off, I believe, an old tree surgeon. So it was used for throwing in loads of branches and trees and twigs and bushes and things. And to be honest, it wasn't in too bad nick. There was a load of dings and chips on the bonnet and a few dents here and there, but all in all, it was pretty good and we were super excited. So a few things that you may have noticed, this van is British gas blue, but did it stay that way? All will be revealed. Also, the seats were pretty manky, so they definitely needed an upgrade. So it didn't take us long before we were stuck in stripping the van out, taking everything out and basically getting it ready for a real good clean. So by this point it was all stripped out, cleaned, and we knew what we was working with. So it was on to the next stage. So one of the first jobs that I cracked on with was painting the internal cab bits of trim black, because the light grey just really made it feel old, dingy and quite worn. So I took everything out and I started priming it and spraying it down gradually over time. So this included things like the sun visors, the seatbelt covers, and just any bits of trim really that I could remove quite easily. The next key thing that we got onto was checking out and fixing the solar panel to the roof of this Caddy Maxi so it could be powered off grid. So that's exactly what we did. We kind of laid everything out, discussed how we were going to fit it, and then we got it installed. You'll find it's always quite scary, no matter if the van is brand new or, you know, it's got years of wear on it. It's always scary drilling those first holes into the metalwork. But once you get through it, it's all good. So the next thing after we fitted the solar panels, we managed to pick up these second-hand seats that were pretty cool. So we got to refurbing them and then looking to get those installed too. Okay, so next job. I feel like we were job hopping all over at this point, just trying to make progress with the van before, while we were kind of deciding on the exact layout. So the carpet arrived and we got carpet lining all the bits of trim for the cab. That included the headliner and the side bits where the seatbelt was fitted into. So these were to complement the newly black sprayed bits of trim as well, and this just made it feel really new and even more homely, like a camper. Okay, so we put the carpeting aside and we moved on to the next scary job, cutting some massive holes in the side of the Caddy. So these were for the windows that we had ordered, and here's a little clip from Brandon which shows you kind of how scared we were.
Yeah, we've not cut holes like this before.
Wait. So after a lot of time sitting around, pre-panicking, we got straight into it. So holes all successfully cut, we now needed to fill them. So the windows had arrived and we were getting them installed. Okay, so jumping ahead, by this point we had now insulated the floor, created a template out of some scrap cardboard, cut it out of ply and fitted that down as well now, so we had a solid base in the camper. I then started to crack on with the carpeting the back doors, and as you can see in the background, Brandon was figuring out how to get these new chairs installed. So having a little break from what we were currently on with, we decided to get the floor down, the official floor down in this camper. So pulling a late one, that's what we did. Okay, so this is when it started to really kind of take place. There was so much going on by this point, and you know, the footage actually seems to have jumped ahead a lot. There's kind of a lot that we didn't actually get. So by this point we had put some cladding on the ceiling, we had the electrics completely installed, everywhere was insulated. We'd put the curtains in, we'd put the door pockets in, you know, everything we carpet lined was now installed. So at this point the floor was even finished, and we were putting in the sticky back kitchen backsplash as well. So it was really all hands on deck by this point, and many weeks had gone on, but it was really nice to see it kind of coming together, and it's surprising how quick it actually comes together, because you're working on like 15 jobs at once, just with how it works, it wasn't right to kind of build one thing, get it in. So we were managing kind of, 10, 15 jobs all at once at this point. Okay, so one of the big major focuses at this point was the cabinets, because they're a massive part of this camper build. So we wanted some cabinets that worked perfectly in the van because it's a small micro camper, but something that, utilised the space and allowed for plenty of storage. We also wanted a really good finish on these, so we put a lot of time and effort into filling them, painting them, sanding them, and getting them to a point we were really happy with. Okay, so cabinets aside, let's take a little look at the bed. That was the next thing we were working on. So we kept having to lift it in, lift it out, because we wanted to really maximise the space and the potential of this camper. So we kind of designed this slide in, slide out bed that was a long sofa during the day, but then slid out into kind of a small double during like nighttime. So it was, a lot of time and energy getting that fitted. So for this camper build, we pulled some super late nights trying to fulfill the desire to create like some really bespoke storage. So here we were building a bespoke toilet cover box, which kind of extended the bed into the sofa, but then it allowed somewhere for the toilet to sit, and also made the toilet accessible during the night so you could pull it out too. So this is when it really all started to come together. We started to install the upper shelf in the camper, and also get the key main unit for this camper installed, which was painted by this point too.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what it's like to be in debt. Been stabbed in the back bed, I'll show you what happens. Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you could never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So give me all the scars, I'm a human being. Cover them with tattoos so you can't see. Knew it from the start, you had problems with me and the things I could be, I just wish I had seen. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think is right, and see life do what you want. So fight and die for the things you know you love. Do what you think.
Okay, so this was a real turning point for the van. So we had the extendable table in, we were getting the worktop cut, we were checking the sink was going to fit, so we were doing like a recessed sink, and we were also checking that the hob was going to fit. So it was a real turning point at this point. So a fair few weeks have passed by this point, and it was really coming together. I feel like I've been saying that as I've rewatched the footage this entire video. But we were getting the newly varnished worktop in, getting the hob actually fully installed now, getting the tap installed, so getting the last bits done. The bed was actually the last thing to kind of completely fit, but this is, yeah, everything kind of getting tied together now. So we were really finishing off all the last little details, so wiring up the little feature lights that we put in the shelf, and also some little details in the cab as well, which you'll see in the next clip. Okay, so this is, that was all of the content I got during the build, and I'm super excited to share with you the footage of it completed because it is such a transformation, and we are so proud of the work that we put into this. We think it's an epic, really cool custom micro camper. So here goes.
I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I've changed for the better this time. I thought I would never be fine. I strive just to say I'm alright, and for the first time in a long time I'm alright. I've seen a lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago. I ain't going back, I'm not falling. I'll push all my chips and call